Hey everyone, Entast here, and I wanted to talk about this new event because it has opened my eyes to something. Let me just run in and start this bad boy up. Now you're gonna notice something as I start attacking and doing all these different things. A lot of death and carnage, destruction, and a crazy amount of damage. I can close my eyes. Ah! And stuff is dying. And it's amazing. It is amazing. It feels so good. I feel so powerful. And it is easy. It is so mind-numbingly easy. But at the end of the day, I like it. Because the entire duration of this burst ability, I'm killing stuff. The entire time that this burst is on the field, it is doing something. The entire time that Xiangling is swinging this bad boy in the air, I feel like my artifacts, my characters, my weapons, and everything I've been building in this game matters. It matters. And I want to explain this. I want to talk about this because even in the Spiral Abyss, on most of the floors, other than maybe the final floor, I'm running into a big problem with Genshin Impact. Let's talk about it. But first, a word from our sponsor. Gamers, do you have luscious hair and you're worried about losing it? Then you need to check out Keeps. Keeps is an FDA-approved, doctor-recommended plan to help you keep your hair. They will ship you everything you need right to your front door at a fraction of the cost of anything you could get in the pharmacy. This is a no-brainer, and with my link down below, you can get yourself an extra special deal. 2 out of 3 guys will experience male pattern baldness by the time they're 35. The majority of people are going to experience this, and if you don't want to be one of them, click the link down below and get started with Keeps today. Now, luckily for me, my hairline hasn't changed since I was like 15 years old, but that doesn't mean it won't change in the future. And if I start now before the hair loss starts, I can keep my hair long term. The sooner you get started, the sooner you can see some results. You don't want to wait until you got a completely naked bald head to do it. Start now. Click that link down below and you can get 50% off your first order of hair loss treatment. This one's a no-brainer. Thank you so much, Keeps, for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into the content. Now, it doesn't really matter which enemy camps I show you, but I want to paint the picture. This is Venti. He's the Animo God, the Animo Archon. He can summon a black hole of death. And I want to use that on enemies. But I've also got this really cool guy, and he slices and dices, right? And wow. And then this girl, Summer's like, she's like got a blizzard, right? It's pretty cool. And I want to use all these abilities, and I want to feel that power. But no matter where I go in the game, it's like, all right, here we go. Let's start it up. We're going to go with Venti. Oh, baby. Let's use his ability quickly, and then let's go in with Ganyu. All right, let's use your ability, and let's... They're dead. They're already dead. Okay, well, I guess we can use him for the next camp. And so then I go to the next camp. This is what I'm talking about. All right? Let's try this again, but this time, let's use the power of Hydro! Go! Venti! Now, Ayato, go in there and use your water slash ability, and let's switch on over to They're dead. They're already dead. Okay. As you get further in this game, the combat becomes more boring. It doesn't become more fun when you've got all these built characters and all this cool stuff and these weapons and artifacts, and I've got this 5-star weapon that I spent $300 in wishes to get. It becomes more boring because you can't use any of the stuff. Because as soon as these idiots come towards me, it's like, oh, hello. I'm not even hitting the one guy, and he's almost dead. I'm attacking near him, and he's dead. He's backing up. He's running. He's like, this will do some damage. I don't know. The combat is... It's like the enemies are not scaling whatsoever to our damage. And this is the open world. I get that. But the issue is the same thing happens in the Spiral Abyss until pretty much the last floor. And so you get these crack teams, and I understand that, you know, you want to get the primos at the end of this. You want to get the primos, but pretty much the final floor, this is the only time where you might have to open your eyes. And, you know, it's like the longer we play, the worse it gets. But these enemies, they just get eviscerated. I understand this has got some animo damage here. But in a lot of cases, it's gotten to the point, you know, where you can run in with a couple units and you can clear most of this content pretty damn quickly, whether you've got reactions or you don't. And so it's like, well, why do I have all these characters and all this damage? Because this is the only endgame activity in the game for the most part. And I understand maybe this is the best team possible. But I feel like the game's combat, when you start doing too much damage, it almost falls apart. Because you can't do all these cool elemental reactions and these cool combos because everything is just dead already. It's like, it doesn't matter if I'm vaporizing or not, the shit dies instantly. And the new event, it kind of painted the picture, or at least it made me feel like there's an endless spree, this endless barrage of enemies. And some are tankier, and some are weaker, but there's this endless amount of enemies where my true power is just going 24/7. It's just feeding into it. There's energy. I've got energy and bursts, and everything's going off, and I'm just going, yeah, this is my power. This is the reason I exist. This is the reason I spent all this time. And it's like the first time in a year that I've ever felt that. It's the first time where I've like, okay, I feel like these artifacts are popping off here. I feel like I have some value here. I've got a reason to do all this grinding. And it was nice. It was really nice. And I'm just hoping that they can do more activities like this. I've really enjoyed the new activity, even though it is easy, but the fun factor and almost arcadey feel is there. Let me just leave there. It's we've got the picture. But there's almost arcade feel. But more than that, it's the feeling of when I first started playing and I was rotating through all my units. And they all mattered because I was only doing, you know, a couple hundred or a couple thousand damage, and I needed that Beto burst to get this enemy killed quickly, or I needed Fischl's Oz on the field. And right now, I just kind of go like this, and I don't care about my rotations. And someone said this when I was doing the Spiral Abyss. They're like, why didn't you use Bennett first before you popped all your abilities? And the honest answer is, because it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. I can kill it a few seconds faster, but there is no thought behind any combat that I do. Even in the Abyss, it has gotten to the point where even in the Abyss, floor 12, Abyss Lectors that are supposed to kill you, I just autopilot. And at least with this new event, I kind of felt like a god, and it was fun. But it also just paints the picture of how easy so many enemies are to kill. And you don't even have to worry about mechanics a lot of the time because you just kill them instantly. And, you know, it's kind of eye-opening to me because I felt like there was something that was weird. And honestly, the biggest character for me that I noticed this is Raiden Shogun. Around the time that I got Raiden Shogun, a lot of this hit me. Where I run into a camp, I'm like, it's time for Electro Mama. I pop the burst, and I'm like, it's slice and dice. Everything's dead. You know, I pop it. I'm like, this is my moment to shine. I'm going to chop everything up. I want to see these numbers. And as soon as the animation's done, everything is dead. And now I'm going to compare this to another game. And if you've never seen this game, let me just show you. It's called Honkai Impact. I want to talk about something. This is HOT, or Hersher of Thunder, and I have this character on my Honkai account. And I understand, I'm level 70. I think I'm captain level 70. But I've got her weapon. I've got her, artifact set or stigmata or whatever the hell it is. I can't even remember what it's called now. I've got everything for her, right? And the issue I'm finding with this game is you use your abilities and everyone just dies like so fast, like instant. It is so boring to me. And everyone says, well, get to the further abyss, get to the... I know, I get it. I'm sure there's some further stuff that I haven't. But even in the boss rush or Memorial Arena or whatever it is, I feel like I just use her. I jump in, I use my dragon, and I just kill everything so fast. And the more I played it, I started not having fun because I didn't have to think. I would just close my eyes, run into enemies, and you turn into a dragon and you just destroy everything. And some of that sometimes is fun. But I kept obliterating everything. There was no challenge. I didn't even have to dodge half the time because I would just kill everything. You're immortal when you're this dragon. And that's how I feel when I'm playing Genshin. And it hit me recently. I was like, oh my God, this is like the HOT problem. I felt unstoppable. And when I start putting all the pieces of the puzzle together, and I put the Bennett's or the crazy shields even on a Diona, or I put a Zhongli in, instead of feeling like I've made and crafted this perfect team, this thing that I could murder gods with, I feel like I'm the god and I'm murdering a bunch of ants. And it only stays fun for so long. I want to fight a big, juicy boss that is tough, that can kill me. Nothing can kill me. Like, who can do enough damage to kill me when I'm using a Bennett? Who can do enough damage to kill me when I'm using Zhongli? Unless I'm playing like a complete degenerate, which I do. Trust me, I do it. I'm just sitting here and I'm starting to feel like a kid with a magnifying glass against the ants. I don't feel challenged, and we know this, but the new event really painted the picture for me. It really kind of awoke something in my body where I noticed, something's off here, something's weird. And to clarify, with the new event, I find it fun doing the event, and I like that there's so many enemies spawning in because I at least get to use the full duration of Raiden Shogun. I get to use the full duration of Shangling's burst, and it's mattering because that's my problem. I throw out Shangling's burst, everything dies, and it's just spinning around, cutting the grass. I'm like, am I a lawnmower now? Am I a lawnmower? Is that my job? You know what I'm saying? I'm with Raiden Shogun, like, does anyone want me to prune their bushes? Because I can prune them. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to do the animations, but I'm doing them, all right? Anyways, I just want to know if I'm alone here. And I don't know how they fix this or if they ever will fix it. I've been complaining about Endgame since the start. But this event, it just made me realize, damn, I'm not just a little too strong. I'm beyond imaginable. And does it show my highest scores? I don't know if it shows my highest scores. I think on this one, I got just under 8,000. And this one, I could have picked a better team, but it was like 6,000. And it's like, you need 2,000 points. Like, we're 3 or even 4 times again. And that's cool. There's no rewards for going any higher. But it's like, my question at this point is, do they think that 2,000 points is super tough? And don't get me wrong, maybe you're a newer player, you're not as experienced, you're not as lucky with your pulls, and it's harder to get it. I get it. But like, I don't know. You would think that 2,000 points is like only some people will be able to obtain that. Like that is really tough. That's a gold medal. But this almost seems like it should be the floor. It should almost be like 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. So you at least have to think, do I use Bennett or do I use someone else? Should I use electro damage? You know, should I try to vaporize these units? I don't know. Anyways, that's it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.